Good morning, Holy Trinity Bulldogs. Today is Monday, May 4th. Happy birthday to Luca P. in the sixth grade. Also, many people around the United States and different countries today will be celebrating May the 4th, as in Star Wars. May the 4th be with you, or May the Force be with you reference. And certainly in my household, my daughter, son, and wife are big time into Star Wars, Marvel movies, all of those types of things. And I have to be honest, I'll watch them every once in a while, but I'm not the biggest fan. It just doesn't. It's not up my alley, let's say. But they love it. We own just about every action movie, fantasy, Marvel, Star Wars type of thing, and they watch all the different Star Wars clone type of things. I don't even know what they are. But I want to give you a little bit of a slight history lesson on this because that's a little bit more in my wheelhouse. So the May the 4th be with you reference actually came about 2 years after the original 1977 Star Wars movie. About 2 years after that, there was a lady, Margaret Thatcher, who was running for prime minister, which is like our president here in the United States. And her day that she was elected and became prime minister was actually on May the 4th. And the local Conservative Party, which she was a member of, took out a pullout ad. And what that is in a magazine. It was an extra pullout thing. And apparently, British persons at that time might have been pretty good fans of Star Wars. And the pullout said to Margaret Thatcher, "May the 4th be with you," referencing the Star Wars thing. And not many references. So this is not something since the early days that this came up that people didn't celebrate May the 4th be with you for many years. Actually, Boris Johnson, in I believe it was 2012, with his final speech becoming the mayor of London, used the similar phrase that May the 4th be with you. And it kind of sat back. But this day that different sci-fi people recognize and have a good time with, and it's always good to have a good time with, actually didn't even start to be all that popular until Disney bought out Lucasfilms back around that same time, a little bit after Boris Johnson becoming the London mayor. Boris Johnson, by the way, is now the Prime Minister of England, and he's the fellow that we learned about that had COVID-19 and was in the hospital in intensive care units. And also he and his wife just had a baby and in the last week. So a little bit of history lesson for you, but this didn't really get started until Disney started marketing this. So this whole May the 4th thing kind of came around because Disney realized it was a good way to continually make their films popular and have you guys buy things. So that's sort of the story behind the actual story. Hope you all are having a great day. Know you didn't want to hear that history lesson. Students, make sure you're doing your work. I know that we only have about 3 more weeks. School is still in session. Make sure you're doing your work. Make sure you're keeping up with your studies. I know it's some days you just want to relax, but make sure you're doing that. It will pay off in the end. And Bulldogs, have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.